here's a story that I know that you liberals are going to be arguing about, but by the end of it, I want you to watch it all. Seriously, I want everybody to watch this video. There is a piece of land that was deeded to the VA back in the 1880s. It was supposed to help homeless veterans. This was in the 1880s that they deeded this land for homeless veterans. In that time, it has housed, well, it does have a VA hospital on it. It has a very small amount of these little cubicle size homeless shelters that you're going to see in one of the clips that I have. I have three clips here. And it also held the UCLA baseball field and they were going to be building a second one, by the way, on this property. And it also held a private school on this property. So I don't care if you're conservative. I don't care if you're liberal. I don't care if you're libertarian. I don't care if you're Green Party. This sounds like a bunch of horse manure. And let me tell you something, folks. Donald Trump fighting for this, he's wanting to take away money that was making the lives of illegal immigrants better. Money that was being used for that. He's taking that away and putting it towards this to help homeless veterans. And let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. I'm glad that he's doing it. But Democrats are fighting this. They're looking into how to fight this. This is how disturbed the Democrat Party is. Now, let's let you see this first clip, which is from a court ruling in September 2024, talking about how this was illegal, that they were using this land for anything but what it was intended for. Howdy, y'all. This is Paul, the Redneck Thinker. What we have here is a channel to communicate. I want you folks to be thinking by the time you leave my videos. Why? Because I'm tired of people talking via what other people tell them to think. So, watch my video and enjoy the chance to think for yourself.
Today is the first real Veterans Day in America in a long, long time.
Mark Rosenbaum calls the 124-page ruling against the Veterans Administration historic. Now the government must return all 388 acres to the intended use when the land was deeded back in 1888.
To serve as a soldier's home, a soldier's community for all disabled veterans, not as a playground for UCLA baseball players.
Before his ruling, Judge David Carter in August toured the VA campus to see firsthand what the sprawling property looks like. He also played multiple times leaked audio clips featured in a 2022 Fox 11 News investigation. This one refers to plans for a second UCLA baseball field.
Our advocates who are a little testy out there are going to get up in arms when they see that there's another ball field being built.
The judge saw what all of us have seen over the last years, that the VA has willfully entered into illegal land use agreements with Brentwood School, UCLA, Bridgeland Oil, parking lot deals on land that was intended to house our veterans.
The judge's ruling orders that within 18 months, 750 units of temporary housing be built and ready. The units go first to disabled vets who need easy access to VA's medical services. There also must be a plan in place in 6 months for 1,800 units of permanent housing. The VA's press secretary, Terrence Hayes, wouldn't comment directly on the judge's ruling, but released a statement that claimed the VA placed 1,790 LA-based veterans in permanent housing in 2023. But vets like Jeffrey Powers say that housing is not what he'd hoped.
There are no ovens. There's no closets. You got a little tiny sink about this big to do your dishes. So while yes, it's better than being it's not what I would consider right.
The lease for the parking lots like this one can be canceled right away. The leases for Brentwood School and UCLA, well, that might take a little bit more legal wrangling. But to be sure, the judge's orders will be followed, and he will appoint a monitor to make sure it happens. In Brentwood, Susan Hirosuna, Fox 11 News.
Now, these next two clips that you're about to see are what's going on now. And one of the clips has at the end of it the woman going, "Oh, they contacted a Democrat lawmaker and they're saying they're trying to find a way to fight it because, oh, this money isn't supposed to be going to veterans, it's supposed to be going to illegal immigrants." This is what they're saying. Now, I don't care what side you're on. You just saw this was illegal, that all this was on this land and what it was being used for, which was not what it was intended for. Now, let's get into the modern day thing. This executive order by Donald Trump is a great thing, in my opinion, because it's starting to right a wrong that has been 150 years of stupidity. Now, let's see what the modern day people have to say about this, and it's disturbing.
Well, today, President Trump signed a flurry of executive orders. One of them has a special emphasis on L.A. and its massive homeless vets population. If you've ever driven along San Vicente Boulevard in West L.A. or some of the nearby side streets, you've seen the dozens of tents housing homeless vets near the VA center.
So far, what I've seen, I mean, that's great. That's what we've been trying to get done for years on this campus. And veterans as a whole have been fighting this situation for decades, trying to get more housing built on the West LA VA grounds.
President Trump was busy this Friday in the Oval Office, signing a number of bills, including an executive order establishing the National Center for Homeless Veterans. The center would be headquartered at the VA Center in West LA. Los Angeles has the highest number of homeless vets in the entire country, with estimates of 4,000 unhoused. Rob Reynolds has been an outspoken Iraq War vet, and he underscores the urgent need.
I know for myself and others that have been working for years to get more veterans on that campus, that's what we want to see, to immediately get some temporary housing put on the property, get our homeless veterans off the street, and stop this madness once and for all, because there's absolutely no reason that men and women who served this country and were deployed to combat zones should be sleeping and dying on the streets. The whole idea here is that, you help veterans come in off the street, you help them deal with whatever mental health issues they have going on, disabilities, substance abuse, and get them housed and have programs to help people get back to work.
And tonight, a Democratic member of Congress tells me that they are taking a look at the executive order. They're not sure if shifting the funds from one area to another violates the Constitution. That's because Congress, of course, controls the purse.
President Donald Trump signing an executive order today to create the National Center for Warrior Independence, to be located at the sprawling West LA Veterans Campus at Wilshire Boulevard and the 405 freeway. When the new center is developed by 2028, the White House says it could house up to 6,000 homeless veterans. The nonprofit Veterans Collective says it welcomes the news and hopes the West LA campus can serve as a model for future veteran housing sites across the nation.
We've been able to drive down the homeless veteran population considerably over the 10 years by about 50%. But there are still, for instance, here in Los Angeles, 3,000 veterans living on the streets. So we need to continue to do more. If we can successfully create this model, a nonprofit joining with the VA, both doing what they do best, then that's a model that can be replicated across the country.
Stephen Peck says the nonprofit Veterans Collective has already raised $1 billion to help fund its homeless to housing initiatives to create a thriving veteran community on the West LA campus. There are already more than 1,000 vets housed there. This is a big story. We will continue to follow it.
You've heard all of this. I covered this. I covered the story when the judge ruled what he did back in September of 2024. This land being used for UCLA baseball field, being used for all of this other stuff, it was criminal. This is just reeks of corruption. The Democrat Party fighting this is idiotic. You're saying that illegal immigrants who, they commit all these crimes, even though you claim that they don't, but the receipts keep getting shown to you that these people are doing these things. I mean, just think of Lake and Riley. Well, let's take the money that was making their lives better and start putting it towards these people. And I mean, LA, let's get into this. The LA Homeless Alliance, or whatever it is, LAHSA, those folks have been found to be corrupt. They have helped some people. I will give them this. They have helped some people, but it's been found that they used $800,000 for things that it shouldn't have been used for. There are probably very good reasons to see about doing a criminal investigation into all of this. This is how bad the homeless situation is in LA. And this is what Donald Trump is fighting to help start correcting. Now, it needs to be done all across the country, but this is a start. This is one good thing. But I thought I'd show you something a little bit in depth on this. Also, if you like the video, hit like, hit subscribe. I'm trying to build a community on Facebook and MeWe where I hear from you people to see what y'all want to hear about, what you want me to investigate. So hit me up on there. It's in my link tree down below. This has been Paul, the Redneck Thinker. Y'all have a good day now. Bye. So, folks, that's the story that I wanted to bring you on this video. And I just wanted to say thank you again for coming by. Hit like, subscribe, comment, all that fun stuff if you don't mind. Help me out. So, y'all have a good day now. Bye.